Donald Trump's attacks and rhetoric geared toward longtime allies of the United States is leading to some blowback and also to some international fallout. Case in point, his Twitter exchange with the mayor of London. He essentially accused the mayor of London of, minimizing what just happened with the terrorist attack on the London Bridge. And of course, Mayor Sadiq Khan did not minimize it. He just called for people in the area to not be alarmed by an increased police presence, right? Just everybody stay calm, increased police presence, nothing to worry about, we got it under control. Trump, of course, twisted that tweet to make it seem as though Khan was minimizing what happened. Well, okay, so what's going on now? Sadiq Khan is now calling for a stop to any visit by Donald Trump. They don't want to host Donald Trump. Let's go to the video where he talks about this in more detail.
Would you like the state visit to be called off?
Well, my position remains the same. I don't think we should be rolling out the red carpet to the president of the USA in the circumstances where his policies go against everything we stand for. I think one of the things when you have a special relationship, it's no different to when you've got a close mate. You stand with them in times of adversity, but you call them out when they're wrong. And there are many things about which Donald Trump is wrong.
So again,
that's an understatement.
Mayor of London dealing with a huge tragedy in an area that he represents, trying to handle the situation, and Donald Trump attacks him. And I said this on the show yesterday. I think that Donald Trump specifically attacked him and specifically twisted his words on Twitter because he is a Muslim mayor, and it was a way of earning some cheap political brownie points among his base. Other than that, there was no reason for him to do it. The mayor did nothing wrong. He's just telling people to stay calm, which, by the way, is the right course of action, because what do you want to do? Do you want to tell people to freak out?
Yeah, well, let me defend the value of panic. Yeah, he was doing exactly what you should do and exactly what every mayor, every governor, every president does when there's a terror attack. You don't want people to freak out, both because it's theoretically dangerous and also because it gives the terrorists what they want. And so Donald Trump, in advocating for more horror and more terror, is trying to amplify the effect of the terrorists there. Yeah, and in terms of calling off the state visit, this is only the latest call for that. I mean, when he had talked a few months ago about going to the UK, there were concerns then. He routinely insults the UK, Brits specifically. I don't know why, as an individual there, you would want him to go. And if he does go, I think there are going to be massive protests.
Right, and look, there probably will be massive protests. But this isn't just about what's happening with London's mayor. It's more about the loose talk, the rhetoric that you're seeing from Donald Trump, how he antagonizes longtime allies of the United States. And for anyone who's like, yeah, America first, we don't need any allies. No, you need American allies. You definitely need allies, right? And so why are you needlessly going out and attacking people? I mean, it's ridiculous. And by the way, it doesn't stop with the mayor of London. So when Donald Trump decided to pull out of the Paris Climate Accord, he gave a speech where he decided to attack India. Right, so let me give you his quote. He says, India makes its participation contingent on receiving billions and billions and billions of dollars in foreign aid from developed countries. India will be allowed to double its coal production by 2020. Think of it, India can double their coal production. We're supposed to get rid of ours. Okay, so that was all based on complete lies. First of all, here's what the truth is. India does produce CO2 emissions largely due to its its coal production, or coal use, I should say. However, they are specifically part of this climate agreement because they want to lessen their dependence on coal, okay? So India is aiming for a target of 40% renewable energy by 2030, including a commitment to generate 100 gigawatts of solar-based power by 2020, okay? And in terms of receiving billions upon billions of dollars, I don't know where he got that figure from, but one of the great things about this climate accord is that countries who participate do get some financial help in moving toward renewable energy, right? Which could help create jobs in renewable energy. So in other words, intelligent world leaders want to be part of this because they realize there are resources available to move toward renewable energy, create more jobs, and obviously improve the economy of that given country. But Donald Trump is too much of an idiot to realize that, and instead decides to mischaracterize India and also, again, attack another country for no reason at all.
In per capita terms, their pollution is their 128th most polluting country in the world. Slightly above the Republic of Moldova. So get it together, Moldova, come on. Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, look, it's obviously, it's a huge and rapidly growing country, so no matter what they do, it's gonna have big effects. And if they are relying on coal, that's gonna be really bad. Why wouldn't you want to then speed up the process of transition to renewable energy? Whether you could do it for pragmatic and practical terms, because it could be a huge boon to solar panel producers, which could theoretically be in the US, but now thanks to Donald Trump are slightly more likely to come from China. You could do it for that reasons. You could do it because it's better overall. The burden on the US to lower our carbon emissions will be less if we can assist all other countries in achieving their goals and exceeding them. That's why it's a joint effort. We all benefit as everybody contributes.
We all benefit. And I just have to get this out. Donald Trump saying like, it's a bad deal. We need to renegotiate this deal. It's a bad deal. No, there's no one to renegotiate with. Every country sets its own standards.
It's not even really a deal.
It's not a deal, right? It's like a non-binding commitment that all these countries made, essentially saying we care about the environment, we want to move towards saving it, we want to move toward renewable energy. But again, I don't think he even knows or has any idea what that agreement entailed. I don't think he knows.
I think it's like, I don't know, there's a lot of analogies, but like Ivanka comes home and says, Dad, I want to go to a purity ball. That's a bad deal. I think you should get a better, like you sign up for like a Secret Santa, bad deal. Gotta get a better deal.
Everything's a bad deal.
Jackass, it's a voluntary thing. It's about community building, you moron.
And for those who were previously employed by the coal industry and you lost your job because we're moving away from coal, I get it. Change is difficult, it's hard, especially when it affects, your ability to provide for your family. However, Trump is actually hurting you because those coal jobs are not coming back because coal is so extremely expensive to produce. And so you would be better suited to have the support of our government to move toward renewable energy, whether it's solar or wind, right? Creating those jobs is so incredibly important for our people. And unfortunately, we have a misguided president who's moving away from any type of progress that we might have made over the last couple of years.
I think the biggest thing holding back the growth of the solar industry in the US is that the people who work in the solar industry are solar industry workers and not coal workers. Solar industry workers are animals. They're meaningless vermin, basically. Coal workers are gods among us for some reason. It's an industry that employs as much as like a couple of Arby's, and they're people and they have value and they need to be looked out for and retrained and all of that. That's totally true. But their influence in American politics, there's nothing more outsized than the influence of the coal industry.
It is pretty
amazing. The growth of solar or wind, Tesla, I read, Tesla is hiring more people than the entire coal industry right now.
Is that how you say it? It's Tesla? Or is it Tesla? I had to give you
my point was meaningless because of the mispronunciation.
No. You make a really
damn my mouth.
You make a really good point.
I tried to, but I effed it up.
You fucking hear this guy? He said Tesla.
Tesla.